Hi, it's Melissa coming in, just doing a reading for the collective. I hope you're all keeping well. As usual, look, remember this is a collective reading. It's not a private one. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't, okay? Guys, don't make them fit. If you see a reader reading, it doesn't matter if it's me, if it's anybody else, okay? If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit because dancing, I know that sometimes people want a reading so badly, okay? They want the message. But you want the message that's right for you, and not every reading is going to apply to your situation, okay? If it does, you'll know. It'll fit to the circumstances of your scenario and you'll feel it. You'll feel it in your soul, okay? Sometimes I've listened to readings and I've thought that's not for me, and then later on, as the situation was playing out, I was able to grasp the situation a lot quicker because of the reading. So sometimes that can happen as well, or somebody that you know that you're close to could end up going through the situation and you're able to have a different perspective on it. That also happens. So, look, take what resonates and leave what doesn't, okay? So, I have a water sign here, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I'm getting a very literal thing here, very literal reading here. There's something where I've got a new perspective of mirroring coming out and self-love, okay? But what I'm really getting here, okay? You're looking in the mirror, you or them, whoever this is looking in the mirror at yourself, okay? Seeing yourself from a new perspective, from a perspective of self-love, okay? If you see here, with the new perspective, look, that looks all foggy, and then the person puts on their glasses and they're able to see clearly, yeah? That's what I'm really getting from the imagery of this card. With mirroring, I'm really getting this literal, that this is somebody looking in the mirror. Once you were seeing yourself from a different lens, you weren't seeing yourself properly. You were seeing yourself through this haze. You weren't seeing clearly. But the more self-love that you started to pour into yourself, it's like putting on these glasses. It's correcting your vision. And the more self-love that you begin to pour into yourself, the more clearly you see yourself for who you are and all you are in such a positive light. Because you were seeing yourself like this blur. Now, with the self-love being poured into you, I'm hearing you're beginning to see yourself properly in a positive, healthy light, not in the way that you were looking at yourself before. Now, that's a beautiful message. Let me say. You're starting to treat yourself properly. Okay. So there is a lot of nostalgia here, looking back on the past. Looking back at times when you were introverted, when you weren't seeing much, you were holding back. So this has got to do with like a confidence thing as well. Because you're seeing things from a different perspective and you're seeing yourself from a different perspective. It's like the fog has lifted now. You're looking back and it's like, in terms of an offer of loyalty and marriage here, okay, that you were chasing this offer of loyalty or marriage. So I'm speaking to somebody who was after a solid commitment of a marriage. You wanted to meet your person to marry, okay, in the past. And now, but you were very introvert, you held back, you didn't go forward, and it's all got to do with this is in the past, and it's all got to do with how you weren't seeing yourself properly, you weren't seeing yourself clearly, you didn't have that feeling of self-worth. Confirmation, babe. You didn't have that feeling of self-worth that you do now, okay? And now you're having this sudden realization that's divinely led and guided, okay? So your angels, your spirit team, take it how it resonates with you, whoever it is that you work with, okay? The Most High basically is leading you into this unexpected revelation. I'm getting that you held back on an offer of marriage because you didn't feel worthy. You didn't feel, it's like you were oblivious. It's like you weren't seeing the options that were there for you. You wanted it. It wasn't through lack of options. This wasn't because you couldn't have it. It was because you, in the past, you believed you weren't worthy. But you are. And you're starting to see it now. And those options was there. Okay. Let me see. But you're releasing. You're letting go of this situation here. Taking action. You're taking action. Releasing and leaving. Let me see. You've left this person in the past. You took action, you released them and you let them go. And the more self-love that you pour into yourself, you're learning from this experience in the past and you're releasing and letting go of those feelings of being unworthy in the past. You are, because you're realising that you're worth it. Now, I have a fresh start coming in here for you. A complete fresh new beginning. This is like a reward almost that's coming in with the priority card. It's coming in hot, it's coming in heavy. I've got both the soulmate and the twin flame card come out together. Okay, so I'm going to say that this is a fresh start with this very, very deep soul level connection. Okay, like the connection, like your person, like as in woohoo. Alright, this is coming in as a priority. You felt like you were unworthy for so long. For so long. Keep pouring that self-love into yourself because you are worthy and the cards are screaming this, okay? Now, you've been crushing on this person. You have a crush on this person, okay? And you haven't been speaking up about it. You've just been sitting there watching. But to you, this person, in the past you had issues with wanting marriage and not believing you were good enough, okay? Now you've met this person. You want marriage with this person, but you're still releasing those fears. But you see marriage with this person because this is your twin flame. This is your soulmate. Keep pouring that self-love into yourself. Release and let go of those held back things because you see marriage with this person, but those old beliefs that tacked you down before in the past, don't let them chain you down again. Release them, let them go. You are worthy. Okay? You're in this energy. You haven't told this person how you feel. Right? So what you're doing, happiness and cold. And it's like this push and pull dynamic that's happening between the two of you. Where 1 minute you're cold to this person and the next minute you're just really happy to see them. So you're really confusing. It's confusing is what I'm really getting between you and this person. Because then with the mirroring card coming out earlier, because the cards double cross over, you're doing this to each other. But I'm hearing it's more of a reactive stance at this stage. Because neither of you know where you stand with the other person. 1 minute, you're both in the energy of, hi! And the next minute, you're both in this energy of like, I don't see you. I don't see you. You're not there. But you're side-eyeing this person still. Because you're waiting to see their reactions. And you're mirroring what way they're getting on. But they're doing the same. There is marriage for this union. Right? There's a sense of excitement though. But I know this sounds wild. But it's like, it's almost created the sense of, when I see them today, what way are they going to be? Are they going to be like all happy and friendly and high, conversation-wise full on? Or are they going to be distant with me? And there's almost like an excitement about what way I'm hearing. It's like spinning the wheels in a jackpot machine. Like, will I win? Will I win? right? That's not a good dynamic. I know it's creating these feelings of like an adrenaline rush excitement, okay? Because I feel the energy. I'm laughing, I'm sorry. I'm laughing because I know the dynamic. I've been there, done that. I know the dynamic. That's why I'm laughing. Because you really do. It's a playful energy though. It's not done to be toxic. What's actually happening is you're mirroring each other. You're both afraid of how the other person feels. You're both doubting of how each other feels. Okay? But it is the soulmate union. It is a twin flame connection that's happening here between the two of you. You both feel this connection, but yet you both doubt it. It's like you both were in this energy of learning a new perspective about how you were looking at yourselves. There is marriage for this connection, but one or both of you feel unworthy of the other, is what I'm really picking up on. But regardless, this fresh start is coming in here, and with the priority card, getting your priorities in order, getting things right in this connection. There's a lot of heavy temptation between the two of you, a lot of desire. Now, there has been issues here with somebody or both of you with jealousy in terms of temptation. So jealousy created over the prospect of maybe somebody else sweeping you away or sweeping them away. I'm hearing because you're mirroring, you're doing it both sides. This is happening, but I have this coming back together, this reconciliation here with fresh start. So for some of you, this is going to be getting back into connection with this person, but for others who haven't been in this, who haven't been full on committed with this person yet, it's going to be like coming back together in this lifetime, okay? But I'm getting, it's like you already know this person, and I'm getting that so strongly. This is somebody you already know. Either you were already in a connection with this person, but I'm getting very heavily this flirtatious energy that's happening between the two of you, where one minute it's very flirtatious and the next minute there's like a pullback that's withdrawn. That's what I'm really picking up on here. But I have a new cycle with this fresh start coming in. Somebody wants a fresh start in this connection. Somebody wants to start all over again in this connection. To drop the BS is what I'm really getting, and to make it work, okay? And I have that coming in here with the celebration card coming out here. So like good karma coming in here, bringing in balance into this connection, like your happiness. You're celebrating this fresh start, this new beginning. Okay, so this is going to go, there is marriage for this union. You've gained a lot of clarity here on the situation. You're able to see, that's what I was talking about, and there's the card. I love when the cards echo when I'm picking up on intuitively, because then it aligns, it verifies for you with what I'm saying, okay? This clarity has brought a lot of healing into the situation in regards to some kind of options or decisions here with a third party, another person, okay? And I have the air card coming out, Gemini, Libra or Aquarius, okay? So there's a lot of healing here, and that's coming about that. Okay, so I do have an apology here, and there's regret on the bottom of the deck. Look, apology and regret. Okay, coming out here. And this has got to do with, I'm really picking up here, okay? Because you know the way that I'm laying the cards as I'm talking, and I feel my way through readings, because that's what I do. Somebody was with a life partner before in the past, either you or them, okay? But with the mirroring card, it's quite possible both here. But there was a lot of toxicity with a life partner in the past, okay? This past partner was toxic in the past. He's spying and watching. This is somebody who has a lot to say, too much to say, who will be taking a physical, Oh, proposal and physical distance. So what I'm really getting when this toxic ex, this toxic life partner, this toxic ex partner, okay, this third party is gonna have too much to say and spying, like really spying the hell out of you and your person, out of the two of you, okay, is going to be asked to take some space. I'm hearing asked politely, okay, to take some space, to take a distance, a physical distance away, okay? Because this person's coming after their dreams, they're coming after their soulmate, their twin flame. The attraction here is unbelievable between you and your person. You release your inner child for each other. You bring out your inner child, that sense of love, that sense of joy, that sense of carefreeness. Relax, because the clingy third party is going to have no choice but to go with the flow when all is said and done. But they are a very deceptive person who will be backing away when you start dating this new person, okay? Your battery's low. Okay, so I am getting issues here got to do with family, okay? Family, solitude, right? So it's like this change is going to trigger, I have to cover the middle finger being held up. This change is going to trigger family. A family dynamic isn't going to like this change. And this person's worried about being isolated from family because of the change here. However, don't worry, because there is a compromise here that is going to be reached. So the matters with the family might back away for a little bit of time because of this decision, okay, because of these changes. However, there will be a compromise reached and a coming back together with these people when all is said and done, and they see that you're serious in your choice and see things from a different perspective, okay? Don't worry, it's just a temporary thing that you have to go through, because you have to, at the end of the day, you're the one living your life. You're the one that's living with your life partner. And I know, I'm getting that this goes against tradition, it goes against belief, it goes against everything that you've been reared against, or them, right? It's such a strong thing that I'm getting here, and they are going to be triggered. Of course they are, because you're shaking up the foundation of everything that they believe like you stand for, okay? But you also stand for something just as important, if not more, okay? Yes, it's important to have values, it's important to have traditions, it's important to have beliefs. But when you actually look at the reason why we have these values, traditions and beliefs, it's so that we can live a happier, healthier life. One that's very fulfilling to us, one that is very satisfying. The whole intention, the whole aim is that you have a happy, fulfilled life, a wholesome life. If that dynamic, if you, for example, I'm really picking up the energy here of somebody who was already in a marriage or something that was heading that way in the past and is leaving it. That's what I'm really getting here, okay? Or they're leaving some higher level of commitment that's going to trigger family. That's what I'm getting. The whole point of values is not to have you sitting in a corner with a life that you are so unhappy in. That's not the whole point of values, okay? The whole point of values, of tradition, the whole point is of doing the right thing. It's doing what's best for everybody. Okay, if you're in a corner miserable, I don't care if you've got 10 children in the house and you're saying that's why you have to stay. How many people stay in an abusive relationship because of the kids? You can't tell me that's healthy. Because the kids grow up then and the kids think that you put up and you shut up and to stay in the situation, because that's what's happened to you, isn't it? Your values taught you to put up and shut up because that's what you've seen down through the generations, but yet you've seen the kickback at that yourself. You know you're the one that has to break this cycle because you don't want your own children going through it in the future either, do you? You deserve better. So do they. So does the person that you're releasing. Family aren't going to like it. That's what I'm getting because you're shaking the foundation. Okay? I get that. I get that. But I do have a compromise and a coming back together here. It will take time, but I do have a... You're breaking the tradition or the cycle doing this. Look, that person that you were with, the original person, was a karmic partner. Okay, this is you redeeming the cycles. You're a chain breaker, you're a cycle breaker, you're breaking the generational cycle of this so that future generations of your bloodline don't have to go through it. In other words, your kids, your grandkids, your great-grandkids. The chain has to be broken somewhere. This generational cycle, it stops with you. You know this, okay? I have forgiveness coming out here. You feel like you have to be forgiven for making this choice. It's one that you're really struggling with. Darling, the Most High don't want you unhappy. Okay? Because you're settled. You're settled. Communicate with your person. Tell your person with the lessons card. You've learnt the lessons here. Explain to your new person. Explain to everybody involved. Open your heart and explain. And even if they don't understand at the beginning, eventually they will. And they'll come around. People will understand. Okay, so don't hold in a secret. There's been far too many secrets being kept here. These feelings that you have. It's too much. Keeping the affection and the intimacy. You're faking affection and intimacy where you're at because you're not with the person that you want to be at. You feel like a betrayal here, and that is crossing boundaries. There's also finances involved here coming into the mix, and you're somebody who's very loyal here, and the thoughts of a breakup is really hurting you because it is complicated here. But there is a lot of fighting here, and you're thinking about all that internal conflict as well that's going on. I do have a fire sign here, Sagittarius, Aries or Leo coming out here. You've met your real person. Go talk to them. Explain it. I know that you're fear. I know that you're afraid, so you're holding back. But go talk to them because this longing, it can't go on. How long are you going to pretend that you're friends with this person that you're longing for? When you know that it's more than that. Friendship is only the foundation with this person. Take care, guys.